If you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators Today. Today we have a special guest.
Hi, my name is Morgan Taylor.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life. Our little habits we pick up along the way, follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like, and when did the love for music begin?
Yeah, so I actually started singing when I was 9 years old, and I started off in church, and I remember just going around the house, yelling, screaming, singing to the top of my lungs, and my parents are like, "Morgan, can you shut up?" And so I had did this talent. They were doing like this talent show in children's church, and I was like, calling me. I hope they calling me, and they called on me, and I was able to sing, and so. I didn't know if I was doing good or not, but they came up to me. One of the instructors came up to me and was like, "Morgan, I would love for you to do a solo with the children's choir for one of the Sunday services." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, of course." So I had told my mom, and she didn't have the same excitement as I did, because she was like, "I don't want to see no scary kids up on stage." And so I was like, "Mom, I got it. I'm gonna do it." So I learned all the lyrics, and as soon as I got up on stage, I had this yellow dress on. I had my hand up in the air, praising the Lord, singing, "Thank you, Lord." And I just had a time up on stage, and I felt everything. And that was my first standing ovation. So once I got to high school, that's when I transitioned to R&B music, and I released my first R&B single entitled, hold on, because at 11 I released my first gospel EP called Yes, Jesus Loves Me. And I was singing around St. Louis, and then once I got to high school, I released my first R&B single entitled Lullaby, and then in college I started releasing singles and released my first EP entitled Love Bombed, which is out on all major platforms. And then
Nice.
recently I released not an EP, but a single called Outside, that's Period.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. I like that title. Um, Tell me a little bit about, that. It's obviously a bold anthem. I listened to it, I was like, wow, it sounds amazing. I mean, just
Thank you.
your vocals are just on it. What was the first emotion when you felt when you finished writing and recording it?
It felt so good because it is an anthem. Because the first time like I was writing it, like I was talking to this guy that I was like pondering on if I liked him or not, and in actuality, I did not like him at all. So I was talking to my friends, and they didn't like him either. So I was like, let me just start writing some stuff down, and I came up, "I can say I love you, but I really don't." And then I was like, I didn't know how to finish it. Like, I didn't want to be like disrespectful in the song, but like I also wanted to take some disses. And so
Yeah.
I as soon as I had like a session in Atlanta, and I was working with some producers and songwriters, and they had made a beat, and I was like, this matches one of my songs. And I'm listening, I'm vibing. I was like, I got lyrics for it. Just put me in the stew, I got lyrics for it, and they helped me finish it, and it came out to be a masterpiece and one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah, I mean it's beautifully, done. And your vocals are like wow.
Ah,
So
thank you.
like kudos to that guy that, he inspired you to create something that like this. So
Yes, it always has to be a story that goes with it. So yeah, kudos to him.
right. Right. So when you're writing and you're coming up with a song and you're whether it's a situation you go through or whatever you're inspired by, like do you automatically go into the studio kind of already knowing what you're doing, or are you kind of just letting it flow as you go through when you're creating the song?
I would say I always like to tell a story. So whenever like I go to the studio, it is writers and producers, and sometimes I just want to just spill the tea on what's happening in my life and just like have people just help me put it together, cuz sometimes I just don't have the words to put it together. I just have the story. So most sometimes I can write it, and then other times like I need help with, I need somebody to help me put something together because I have it, but lyrics and melodies, I need help on, but most of the time I can't write.
No, I listen, I think yeah, I mean, I think I'm not a writer either. I do more so the film side, so I totally get
Uh-huh.
it. I like, I have ideas, but I know what I like, the direction I want to talk, like things I want to talk about, but it's
Yeah,
always good to have that collaborative effort for sure.
of course, and just bounce off other people's ideas. I think that's where like the masterpiece comes out, because it comes out like better than you expected too.
Absolutely, absolutely. What does being outside mean to you personally beyond the summer fun vibe?
I would say loving on yourself. I think when it comes to outside, um, I feel as if it's about prioritizing you and just being able to go on self dates, just learning new things about yourself, and you'll see like how much you love about you, and then change some things that you don't like. But it's all about spending some time with yourself, and also hanging out with your friends, or drinking wine with your mama, or chilling, just chilling and doing you, and not having to um sacrifice energy into somebody that doesn't give you that same energy back, or doesn't make you
Hmm.
happy, or doesn't prioritize you. And that's how I want you to feel, and I want you to feel like a bad bitch. I always want
That's
to
right.
I want to make you feel good about yourself. So that's how I feel about all of my music. I want you to feel relatable.
Yeah, I love that. And you touched on something very interesting that I think a lot of times in relationships people don't really do, which is prioritize like reciprocity. Like, whatever you
Yeah,
give, you put in, you want that as well, which I think that is
exactly.
the universal feeling. But if it's, and you're speaking to me because like, man, it's just like if it's not that, then I don't want it.
Exactly. Not settling for less.
Exactly. And that's not high maintenance. That's just knowing what you want and you're, having your boundaries and respecting
Yeah,
that.
of course. Of course, it's self-love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your EP, Love Bomb, Love Loss, and Lessons already hit over, 1 point, gosh, 5 million streams. That's incredible. What
Ah,
what's one lesson from that project that still stays with you today?
one lesson. I feel as if, because Love Bomb is like is a journey of relationship,
Hmm.
and by the end of the EP, you realize you're the prize, and it's the same. Like I feel like outside that's period goes exactly with Love Bombed.
Hmm.
It's all about knowing you and what you can tolerate, and just not settling for less, and I don't know, putting yourself first before you
Hmm.
can put somebody else before. Put yourself first. That's all I can say. Just put yourself first. Honestly, that yeah.
Yeah. And also, I was thinking like, because you went to Berkeley,
Hmm.
and so what's, obviously, that I'm, going to school, and I'm sure that was a process, and still doing music,
Yeah.
and being creative. I mean, I'm sure that uh like, I guess what was some, I guess, a lesson or something, going to school and still balancing music. What's like that creative process? Like, how did you balance both going to school and doing music? Because a lot of people, it's like hard to do both.
Yeah, I mean, I went to a music school, so it was kind of easy to be able to collaborate with different musicians and artists as well. Like being in different ensembles, because I was in a Janet ensemble and also a Katy Perry ensemble, and I really got out of my
Nice.
comfort zone, and I feel like Berkeley was allowing me to do that. And I was able to dance. Like I remember coming into Berkeley, I did not know how to dance. And that was one of like the first ensembles that I like had to like really like get down and learn choreo for it. And even Janet Jackson, like she has like a ton of choreography within her whole catalog. So I I really surprised myself, and also like really learning my artistry and how I wanted to put myself out there. And I feel like when you make these different connections and learning from professors that have been in the industry and
Hmm.
other students from different backgrounds, I feel like you can learn a lot and learn a lot about yourself and
Hmm.
figuring out your brand and really understanding who you are as an artist.
Yeah, and I love that. And it is like developing as an artist. It's like, because it's a whole thing. Like, you're right, you are your brand. That's
Sure,
very
for
important.
sure. Yeah.
Very important. If you could collaborate with any artist, living or dead, who would
Ooh.
it be and why?
Uh, that's a really good question. I would say, hmm, I love Whitney Houston. That's who I studied. But I would say Chris
Nice.
Brown. He comes out with
Yeah.
bangers every year. Chris Brown or Kaylani. Like they literally come out with bangers and I'm just like in awe. Like I would
Yeah.
listen to them front to back.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Chris Brown, I mean, I don't know how he does it. The guy is on tour, and I hear like his show is like 2 hours long. It's like, how?
I know, because I remember like going to one of his shows, and this was like back when I was in high school. So I can imagine like how good it was like this time, because it was really good when I saw him in high school. But I've been seeing some clips, and I'm like, oh, okay, like I like this. So I definitely need to go to another concert of his.
Right, right. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love that your music empowers young women and just women in general,
for sure.
relationships and self-discovery. But do you feel like, especially women in the music world, um, and I hate to say this, but the whole, it's just like being a woman on top of being an African American woman in the music world is a bit, can be a lot. How do you navigate that world? And do you feel that the music industry is getting better in favor of women?
Yeah. I feel like they can do a lot better with women, and really prioritizing Black women because we have to work 10 times harder than
Mhm.
any other race or anybody. So I feel as if like we really have to do more, but also I feel like we just work 10 times harder as Black women,
Yeah.
and with like a male ran industry,
Yeah.
we just can't settle for less because they will literally all over us, and I wouldn't allow it. And also just having people surrounded by you that really care about you in this industry means a lot, and
Yeah.
that's a real backbone.
Yeah. And it's that's such a very important thing, like just having a mentor that you trust
Sure.
that, you know, that wants to see you thrive because unfortunately this business is very up and down and there's a lot of characters that you think want that have your back and then you find out oh no it's not the case so
Hmm.
it's so important.
For sure.
um you mentioned not copying others. How do you protect your authenticity in social media driven music world?
Yeah, I feel like you can like take little, things and just add it to you but make it your own.
Hmm.
Um I always because I like how my music is 90s, early 2000s nostalgic vibes. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, I just love that era. And it makes me feel genuinely good. But I love like Aaliyah, I love
Oh, me too.
Whitney, I love Mariah, I love Kehlani, I love Mariah the Scientist. Like I think you could put all those together and make it into you. So as long as you make it your own, you're all good.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I love that 90s is honestly though R&B and your style is honestly it I feel like it's not what do you call it appreciate more, especially in the
Mhm.
mainstream like but it's like the best artists. You listed some amazing people. I mean, Aaliyah,
Oh,
Mariah
for sure.
Carey,
Hmm.
yourself, Brandy. I mean, the list goes on, right? Just like
For sure.
Summer Walker. I mean, but it's still there's so many women in this,
Yeah.
and the hits are like there's so many hits coming through, like with all
Hmm.
these women you listed. But it seems like the industry, the mainstream, doesn't really play them often, or they play them, but it's not taken seriously as like opposed to like a country album or a country song or
Yeah.
pop. So do you feel like it's you know the music industry has to change to bend to make like for instance I'm a horror filmmaker and the horror
Oh,
genre isn't taken seriously, right?
uh,
Versus a drama film, it's
yeah.
taking more seriously. You can get an Academy Award for that genre, but horror genre is just like it's like it's a lot of it, but it's not taken seriously. So I was
Yeah.
thinking, is R&B, is it the mainstream, the people that the powers that be that control it, or do you think that it's just something that the more women R&B artists out there that support each other is it you guys' responsibility to keep that train going, or is it the
I
powers that
I
be?
feel like we could keep that train going, but I think we need other supporters to
Yeah.
back us up. 'Cause I mean, we have social media, we have radio. A lot of people aren't listening to radio anymore like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like we should be pushed more. I feel like R&B is coming back
Yeah.
in a sense because I've been seeing like so many different people like covering Leon Thomas, his new
Mm,
album. Like his album is really good. Like all the Money Long, like
yeah.
R&B is coming back.
Yeah.
R&B is coming back. Like that feeling of, I don't know, just having that vibe that you can just like chill with. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it is coming back. I mean, yeah, but it just needs to be pushed more.
Absolutely. You talked about starting your own label. What kind
Mhm.
of artist would you want to sign and nurture?
I don't like to be put in the box, but
I like that. I
I
like that.
I I I would want to work with all types of artists. My main focus would be St. Louis
Mm,
talent. It's
nice.
so when I tell you it's so many different like hidden talented people here in St. Louis. Like I had went to a concert at the City Winery. It was absolutely excellent. It was musicians from St. Louis. Um,
Nice.
and I don't know. St. Louis people got some hitters, and also like even people that I've worked with or young artists, hardworking artists that are striving to be great. I want to do that. I want to help. Like I want to
Yeah.
find a way to help.
I love that. Yeah, I don't know what's her name. What's her name? She's a rapper. I think she's from St. Louis.
Sexy Red.
Yeah, right? Is she?
I think I actually went to her concert when I lived in Boston. It was so fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I remember, yeah, I do know a few artists from there. So yeah,
Uh,
definitely a lot of talent for sure.
oh, for sure. Yeah.
Um, you mentioned wanting to get into coffee, fashion, live events, all that good
All of it.
stuff.
Yes.
I love that. I love that you like you said you don't want to be put in a box, and I feel like that's the best way to grow as an artist.
Yeah.
So yeah, kudos to you for wanting to, you know, follow those passions too and not just music.
Yeah, for sure. And I heard you mention that you do horror films. I actually just filmed one.
Did you
Literally.
really?
Yeah,
Wow,
it was so
congrats.
fun. It was so fun. I just got into acting, so I'm really loving it.
That's
So that was
awesome.
super fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. What was when can we expect it sometime soon to watch it somewhere or
It should be soon. I'm not sure when
okay.
it'll be out, but I just had to mention it because I thought that was super cool.
That's awesome. And I love that you did horror. And that's, because it's so funny. A lot of people, say, oh, a lot of African Americans don't do horror. I'm like, yeah, we do. We definitely do.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
out here.
especially with like Jordan Peele's films,
Yeah,
that like I think it's cool. I especially love fall and Halloween, so I think it's fun to watch scary movies and jump out of my socks and all
I love that.
that.
Um, you've accomplished so much already. What's next for you in 2025 and beyond?
What's next? I definitely want to be touring. I want to be in movies. I want
Yes,
to be on Broadway. Like I really want to do it all. Like I want to just sing and do everything that I love, own businesses, support people in St. Louis. Like I really want to do it all.
I love that. I love that you're also giving back to the community. I feel like that's so important to do. Like, um, a lot of people like they kind of go away from when they, especially certain industry. Like if you're in the entertainment business, sometimes we forget to go back, get
Sure,
back to
yeah.
the place we come from. But I love that. So kudos
Hmm.
to you and your mouth to God's ears. I'm sure it will happen with that voice. It's amazing. It'll definitely, yeah, you got it for
Thank
sure.
you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I love asking this question, and there is no wrong answer, I promise. The three the
Got me
three
nervous.
levels, yeah. The three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. And if you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
I feel like respect, honestly. I feel
Okay.
as if you have if people respect you,
Mhm.
you can get all three. Like money, power, like respect goes a long way and it will take you so far in where you want to be. And I feel like it will most definitely get you money and power, honestly. But
Yeah,
most definitely respect.
that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Um, So, I love asking this question too because I think a lot of women and just a lot of people in general who are in this industry or even trying to get in the business of music and maybe just don't really know how to.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to them, those up and coming or people that just trying to make it happen?
Yeah, I would say keep working hard. Keep being you. Do not change who you are for somebody. And also, don't settle for less. Know you are the prize and dream big.
What do you want people to walk away with? Like, what message do you want people, like any men or women? It could just be anybody.
I want you to feel like a bad bitch by the
Men
end
too. That's right.
of yeah, clock it. Like I want you to feel. I want you to feel like you were that girl or you were that guy. Like I want you to stand tall. I want you to feel like I can walk out of this situation that doesn't make me proud of who I am. Like I
Yeah,
can get up, I can stand up, go outside, and just do me, do
I
you.
like that.
Like that's how I want you to feel, especially with outside. That's period. Like I want you to be outside, but safe.
Exactly, outside but safe. Absolutely. Um, you know, I gotta let you go, but this I got so many questions to ask you, but I'm gonna wind it in. My last question to you would be, is there a song on, when you did release that album, um, was the hardest to make? Was there a song on there that just was like emotionally hard to like record? And how did
Hmm.
you get through it?
I don't think I had a song on there that was super hard for me to
Okay.
record yet because all of them reflect me. Um,
Okay.
and anything I sing, I would have to sing it with emotion, and it has to make me feel something it in order for it to make the audience feel something. So
Hmm.
I feel not. I don't think any of my songs on the EP was really hard for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, she's like, it's just all me. I'm good. I love it. What's something people might not realize about the grind behind your success? Because I mean, you make it look easy.
It ain't. It ain't. It ain't. The social media part is like I think that's my most difficult part, like social
Hmm.
media. But really getting my songs out there on social media
Yeah.
and really like building my audience, building my fan base. Um, I I'm I want to continue to build that. So that's something like I'm overcoming and really getting out of my comfort zone and wanting to learn more. And um, also, honestly, I think that's it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that. And are you on TikTok? You on there doing the little dances and stuff?
I'm on TikTok. I'm doing a little bit of the dances. I'm doing a little bit of them. I'm gonna do more.
No, I'm just messing with you. That's great. That's great. Where can people follow you on social media to just keep
Yeah.
up with everything you got going on?
You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of it at High on Morgan, Highon, High on Morgan.
Okay. All
And
right.
you can find my music on all major platforms, Pandora, Apple Music, Spotify. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure. And congrats on your new song. It's awesome. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, come back anytime.
Yes, thank you so much. Nice
Absolutely.
meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.